I'm Robert Reeves. I want to remind you that divine guidance can come in many different forms. And sometimes it may be in ways that we don't initially recognize. These ways can be when we're finding it difficult or hard to complete a certain task, where we feel like we're being resisted or where something is just more challenging than it should be. Now, this happened for me personally when I was working with my YouTube videos. Okay, so I tend to create these somewhat regular videos, and I thought, well, why don't I do something like a weekly forecast? So, I'd sort of talk about this forthcoming week is going to bring, X, Y, Z. So I did this last week, and I sat down and I meditated on this idea and thought, okay, what do they want to tell us about what's coming up? Kind of giving us, little red flags and a little bit of guidance as to what can make the week ahead a little easier. So I did that, I received the messages, and went about recording. And everything seemed fine. It all seemed to work quite well. And then came the interesting part when I was uploading. So by the time I'd finished editing the video and things like that, it was kind of late in the night. So I'd started the upload onto YouTube, and whilst I was awake, it got to about 6%. And so I thought, okay, I'll just leave the computer on overnight and I'll figure it out in the morning. By then, the upload should be well and truly completed. So I go to bed, get up the next morning, go to check my computer, 6%. So the video was still at 6% and hadn't changed at all. So I thought, oh, it must have frozen, something like that. Cancel, re-upload. I did that, and then shortly after it says, oh, the file's been aborted, can't upload this. That's a bit strange. Cancel, re-upload. Goes 1%, 2%, no, file can't be uploaded, we're not doing this. And it was no different to the process that I'd used for any of my other videos, and they'd all uploaded perfectly. So then I had to go, maybe this is a message. When things happen repeatedly, it's often that divine guidance coming through to let us know, hey, we're trying to save you, so just please listen to us. And so I took that message, and after I was sharing this with some of my friends, they said, that might have been a little too much for you to handle right now. Having that commitment of you absolutely have to do it for the next week might have been a little too much on my plate. I've got a few things going on at the moment, and that might have been a little too much for me to take on board. So whilst I'm still happy to do the videos, it's apparent to me now, I guess, that doing the weekly forecast isn't necessarily how I meant to do these videos just yet. So I let that go. I let that idea go and allowed myself to move forward with new messages, more general guidance that each of us can benefit from daily. So I wanted to put this to you and say, what have you been fighting against and trying to force to happen lately? Because perhaps these are things that your angels and your guides are trying to save you from getting into. Rather than feeling that this is some kind of failure on your part, instead it may actually be divine guidance protecting you. So take this moment now to just think about what sort of things in your life this could apply to, and then be willing to let them go.